loaded and ready to drop.
Dirty 100 points on the table.
It's going to be a good one here. The women's class always hotly contested. Real quick, going to talk to Monica from the RDC Foundation. You've been doing a really cool thing for how many years we going now? I'm going to say, is this 4? Do I have it right?
Our fourth Loretta's.
Okay, fourth Loretta's. And this is providing a scholarship to give some money to help riders get some expenses to go to Loretta's. They write you to explain why their story might be more in need than others?
Yeah, I mean, more in need, or even just like how they've overcome things to, to get here. And some of them are paying for it themselves. Some of them, their families have fallen into hard times, or, bike problem. You go through it all, right? I mean, it's a crazy sport, and there's also real life that plays into it too. So there's a lot that they've overcome over the years. So they just share their stories, and we go through those, and we award as many as we can. We raise money throughout the year to be able to help them, and we come here and award them, so they don't know till they get here. When we show up to their camp or lure them over to our tent.
Oh, no kidding. So you might knock on the door of the motorhome, and they're finding out for the first time that their essay was one of the ones.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we walk up with the big check. We're Publishers Clearinghouse, Loretta style.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. So how can people for next year get involved and maybe send in their essay and maybe get some help?
Yeah, so every year we start taking applications the Monday after regionals are complete.
Okay.
And it's about 2.5, 3 weeks that we take the applications, and then we go through those, and we're ready when we show up here. So I'm here all week. I meet all the applicants. This year we're awarding $17,000.
$17,000 from RDC Foundation. We'll give you more on that in a moment. Now the revs are up and gate is down in the women's class. And again, this is going to be wild to see who's even out here this year. Kaylee Sutton is going to grab the whole shot on the number 52. And it's going to be a mix of some young up-and-coming riders and some veterans in the mix as well. Watching the women's class right now, the 17 has already taken over the lead. And that is a familiar name here at Loretta's. Trying to get that in 1 second. RDC Foundation, how do we get info? We got to make sure, because next year people after regionals are going to want to get involved. So how do people get involved with that?
So next year, right after regionals are complete, we've actually partnered with Verb. So through the Prospect app, we're doing the application process now. So you go on there, do your application, and we, like I said, we go through it all and do the awards. We're also, this week we're doing a raffle, so we're giving away a Moto toolbox. So if you guys want to come by FMF and check it out and enter the raffle, you can scan the QR code and start contributing to next year's fund.
Awesome. All right, it's on the Prospect app now. Good job, Monica. Thanks very much. Go stop by FMF or just look for you walking around. Going to be beating the pavement. A lot of walking to do.
I do lots of walking, lots of talking, so lots of reminiscing.
Yep.
So this is where all our core memories are. So love to share rider stories and appreciate everybody that's contributed or wanted to be a part of it. And I'm happy that they're part of our story, and it's great. I couldn't ask for a better turnout really this year.
Absolutely, and thanks for what you do supporting the riders. Thanks, Monica of the RDC Foundation, stopping by. Check them out on the Verb Prospect app. See their setup over there by FMF. She's going to go walk around. We're going to bring Sophie Phelps in here to talk WMX class. I said it was a familiar face out front, and that is Hannah Hodges, who's had a lot of success through the years at Loretta. She's out front, but the battle is on right now. Piper Bell, who's been hovering around that podium area at the professional level, on the 67, looking to take the lead from Hodges. Sophie, what are you seeing out here? Good battle for the lead.
Yeah, that was a pretty awesome pass that Piper just put on Hannah. I'm looking through the names right here, and just to point out a couple that we've seen in WMX races, if you've been paying attention to those this summer. Mayla Herrick sitting in 4th place right now. Piper Bell, like you just said, is in 2nd. A little bit further down the list, we've seen Shelby Rowland. She's currently in 9th, and Jordan Jarvis, who's won some championships here at the ranch before, is in 17th. So those are just some familiar names that you may have heard of, but now we're going to meet some new girls here up front.
Yeah, that's the nice mix at Loretta. So there's the 23 of Herrick. You might remember her. She shows up. She's old enough to turn pro. Literally, her birthday is the Friday of the High Point National, and then she wins the Moto and wins it in dominant fashion. Whole shot to checkers. Got into a first turn crash, got a little banged up, but luckily not too serious, but wasn't able to finish that second moto at high point. So that'll be interesting. And she is already closing in on the lead duo. Bell and Hodges having a battle here, K-Dub. This is good stuff.
Yeah, this is great stuff. A lot of incredible action here in this women's Moto 1. And I actually was watching the Mount Morris coverage and really excited to see that young lady here at Loretta says that was a bad crash. I mean, all crashes are bad, but in the first turn, had the red flag situation. And that was a tough one for Herrick.
Yeah, it was pretty ugly, but she clearly recovered, and she's back at full speed, it looks like, as she's going for some passes here in the second and first place.
3 wide as they fly by the tower here. This is pretty incredible moto.
Yeah, because once Bell made the move on Hodges, Hodges has not let her go, and now you've got Herrick right there. 3-rider battle. Herrick's going to split them through the middle. Can she get them both? Hodges has retaken the lead from Bell. Herrick to second. Bell's going to go back to third. Herrick's not done. Sophie, she's going for the pass.
She is. You can see her on the outside here of Hannah. And now the beautiful thing right there is that gives her the inside line on this corner so she can complete that pass. Set up very well by Mela. She's young, but she is smart.
Hannah Hodges going to rail the outside, try to get it back. Oh, and almost lost it right there.
Hard on the gas was the 17, broke the rear end loose a little bit, almost again coming out of the mechanics area as the 23 is trying to set sails.
Hannah Hodges is not going to let her go, which you can see Mela clearly has a lot of speed, but Hannah she's always been fast here. She's trained for this for years, and she is a veteran of the women's class.
Yeah, this is her full focus. Doesn't race the professional tour, where Herrick has just graduated to that. But again, at Loretta's, the women's pros are eligible to race here, and Herrick hasn't scored a lot of points. Again, only has 1 professional moto completed under her belt. So she's only 17 years old, but boy, has she taken control of this moto.
Yeah, nice, impressive 2:07.6 for the leader there, as that's an impressive lap time.
Yeah, 2:07, putting about 3 seconds into everyone else. I got an update that Jarvis actually stalled it on lap 1 and was probably somewhere around last, and she has moved to 6th place. And you can see her in the back of the screen there making moves. No, in the middle of the screen already. That's Jarvis in the 30. Are you kidding me? She made up 9 spots on this last lap alone.
I have to know, where do you get your intel?
I got good people in my
got people.
You got people. Yeah, actually, I'm going to shout out my guy Rich Trevelise from Englishtown Raceway Park. Tapped me on the shoulder and said, I just saw Jarvis stall the bike.
On lap 1.
Yep, and she is already up to 4th place.
Now that is probably the worst time to stall a bike. So Jordan is definitely making the best of a bad situation right there. Still putting down 2:11s though, which is bringing her up to the front of the pack, trying to catch Piper Bell.
Piper Bell also in those 2:11s, so Jordan's going to have to find a little bit more according to the math, but we say that as, look, Piper Bell just comes across at a 2:13, so a little bit slower lap, losing 2 seconds there over her previous lap time did Piper Bell. So, you know, sometimes you look at the live timing and scoring and they're posting the same lap times, but you just see the gap, you know, growing or shrinking, and now we see why, as Jordan Jarvis and Hannah Hodges, both riders in front and behind Piper Bell, some 3 seconds faster.
Now, on the subject of lap times, we just said that the 2:07 was fast.
Yeah, well,
Mela Herrick, 2:03.8.
What?
I knew where you were going with that.
Yes, because it's glaring. That is an incredible lap time by Mela. Already 10 seconds ahead of second place.
That's a pretty drastic drop, taking 4 seconds off when she had clear racetrack.
Yeah, we're 2 laps in the book. She's now on, she's in segment 1, just went to segment 2 on her 3rd lap. Unbelievable.
The 22, saw her toward the front earlier, trying to make her way back up. Want to mention for those folks watching on some of the other platforms right now, like Roku or YouTube or Amazon Prime, this is the Flow Racing 24/7 channel. We welcome you. We're giving you an exclusive look at the kind of action Flow Racing streams all year long. Dirt, pavement, drag racing, and everything in between, like this, motocross. As you see the 52 of Kaylee Sutton looking to make moves. Go to flowracing.com and you can access more than 1,000 races live and on demand. And they have a lot of other sports as well. Scan that Flow code to subscribe to Flow Racing right now. battle is on right now. The 22, Tinley McCoy, wants to make some passes.
Yes, Tinley is also racing the girls class, I believe, and in fact was one of the fastest in practice yesterday. So to be able to put together great rides on both a mini bike and a big bike is pretty impressive, and that's what we're seeing from Tinley, at least so far in the women's class, and we'll see how the girls class works out for her.
Up to the 62 right in front of her. Or is that the 52 of Sutton?
It is, yeah.
And that is 5th and 6th place. Herrick is gone. Jarvis, let's see if she can make some ground up toward that podium. She's in 4th right now. It's a good battle here between these three. Moore, Sutton, and McCoy.
Yeah, Jordan Jarvis definitely looking to shave off some time. Her past lap times have been much faster than those in front of her, so she's definitely catching them. Piper Bell in 3rd place is going to have to keep going pretty fast to stay away from Jordan.
And I think we just had a pass there. Zoe Moore up to 5th on the 36, ahead of McCoy now. Sutton and Harris battling on the screen. The 74 is Harris. That is 8th place. Gonna run the outside.
3 riders very close right here again. This is one awesome hallmark of the women's class is great battles.
Yeah, some of the most dramatic battles I've ever seen for titles here at Loretta's have been in this class. A lot of legends working their way through here. And because for so many years for the women's class, this was the title to win. The professional level has come in and out of the sport, but there's always been Loretta's as a pinnacle, and we have seen riders put everything they have into it. Sophie, you won this title 2 times. At that point, was this really considered your #1 goal? Was this the spot?
Yes, by far. There was no other race that compared to Loretta Lynn's nor race series. Whereas now there's the WMX series that once you've done some amateur years here, you can move up, and of course you can still come back and do both, but that is now seen as the pinnacle of women's motocross racing here in the U.S. However, yeah, back in my day.
Yeah, you're officially old enough. Congrats.
I am so glad that she has to say that.
Wow, yeah. Just do not ask her what year she's born. Just don't ask.
I'm not.
I've done it. It's a mistake.
I understand how young she is.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that she could speak as the elder, because I remember, and it hurt my heart, last year she asked if Loretta's was a thing when I rode.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she said that.
Yeah,
like, did they have this race when you rode?
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, they even had round wheels. It was crazy.
And they were made out of metal. That was the next craziest thing I learned. It wasn't wood.
They were spoke. They were just spoke wheels. They had the spokes and nothing else.
Well, I was concerned that it was maybe wooden wheels drawn by a
Horse and buggy. When they say horsepower, that's where it started, right?
That's right. It is a wrench.
Started with Kevin Windham.
No, with the horse. But you get a taste of your own medicine, and that is the progression of the sport and the opportunities that these athletes have. You know, I noticed you said America there. There's a lot of racing all over the world for the stars of the sport today and the women, and no shortage of talent here as we see Herrick here heading back into Storyland. But the opportunities are amazing, and racing is in such a great position.
And this is really that story right here with Herrick. Really just was waiting for her to be old enough to turn professional. Had to wait till her 17th birthday, and she is going to be a force when the Pro Series resumes in 2 weeks at Unadilla. See where she fits in. And then you mentioned that international component as we watch Jarvis on the 30 starting to move up on Bell for the podium for that international component. Now the series are starting to mix around the world. Jarvis, though, she just made that pass pretty quickly, and the number 30 is into 3rd.
I'm going to say that she's not done making passes here.
Okay.
As, she is quite a bit faster than Hannah Hodges currently. Let's see if Hannah can feel the pressure from behind, as last lap she turned a 2:15, and that has Jordan Jarvis now into the 3rd spot with a 2:08.4. 3-second gap. I don't even think we need to get Kevin Kelly in here for that math or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I think it's happening.
You know, I was giving Kevin credit for the math, but then I realized the last time around he just used a calculator. So that's I'll give him points for resourcefulness, but not for math.
I was on his side of the table, and I saw down below.
Come on,
he had the calculator in hand.
I thought I was impressed. Wait a minute.
Down?
Is that Herrick the leader?
That is.
It is.
The leader has crashed. He's trying to pick the bike up. Well, Hodges, how far back was she? How far back was Jarvis?
30 seconds was Hannah Hodges. So let's see what happens as timing and scoring catches up. But, man, another unfortunate mistake for Mela Herrick.
She was a little bit off of the track as well, so hopefully
Carl, let's do his replay here.
All right. So we got this tabletop. It looks like she just lands with her wheel sideways. Is that what you're seeing, K-Dub?
Yeah, a little bit outside of the line. Watch as she lands. She's just about a tire width out of the line. Watch the dark line. The dark dirt's going to be the line. Just a hair out. Gets a tuck. Down on her head, unfortunately, but looks like she is okay. Let's wait and see what happens. Yeah, she's still in the leads. She's crossed segment number 1.
She is, and in fact, we could see her out the window here, coming by the tower.
Yeah, no problem. Wouldn't even know what happened. How about the technique? Barely takes the feet off. I think the last part of this rut, she'll have to dab just slightly.
Her lead went from 33 seconds down to 19.
Okay, so it's still manageable.
A 19-second lead after that fall.
They're not even going to know what happened. And Jarvis just made the move on Hodges. There's Hodges on the 17. Jarvis now just ahead of her.
And if you look at Jordan Jarvis to the side of her name, there's a plus 14 over there.
Impressive.
She's been going to work.
Yep, made up 14 positions after that early race mistake. But she's going to need another error from Herrick if she wants a shot at leading this one. Herrick now deep into lap traffic. Sophie raced this class for many years. I do feel like lap traffic a bigger factor in the women's class than we see in most of the other divisions.
Yes, as it is an open skill level class, you get A, B, and C riders in here. You are naturally going to be passing more riders if you're in front because you're not just racing with people super close to your speed. So yes, you're dealing with a lot of lap traffic, so you just have to be smart and keep your head on a swivel out there, just like you would for any other class. But yeah, you just might be passing a higher volume of riders.
Did you ever have to apologize to anyone after the race after you had lost your cool a little bit? It has happened.
I don't know if it was a lose my cool thing so much as as we see the 2 card come out with Mela. I will say that I did run into a girl one time, and she had a bad crash because of it. I got out.
Okay.
So, yeah, that was the apology that I gave. But Mela Herrick so far has been clean with the lap passes. So she's doing a better job than I did.
Okay, all right. Well, hey, the week is still young. She's going to be dealing with traffic all week long. Yeah, there are riders out here that are not full-time racers. There are some, obviously, you see these riders up front who are fully focused on motocross, and you can see the difference as Mela Herrick, the next big thing in women's motocross in America, just going to try to bring this thing home. Honestly, K-Dub, she was lucky that crash wasn't worse. I mean, that could have been a moto ender if that had gone a little bit differently.
Yeah, it could have been a weekender, to be honest with you. She lost that front end, and, you start leading with your shoulder and head and stuff. Thank goodness doesn't look like she had anything major. But collarbones are kind of a common thing, right? It's not hard to do it, and it will take you out of the week very quickly. So I am super excited to see her remount and continue this battle because, look, we're going to get I'm not doing anything. She is going to get through Loretta's and then have some more big events coming up.
Yeah, that's going to be big at Unadilla. Where will she stack up with the defending champion, Lala Turner? Are we going to get Charlie Cannon back? Charlie, I know, got hurt in Australia. You think she'll be back for Unadilla? Any idea?
From what I understand, she will be back.
Okay.
We're going to have the full lineup, Mela included.
So this weekend she got hurt, or just last weekend?
Charlie got hurt about a month ago.
No, she raced in Australia this week.
She
still raced.
She cracked her scapula.
Yes, and still raced last week.
Still raced.
Charlie raced last week.
In fact, she was the fast qualifier.
I was keeping up with my Australian motocross.
Watching the Australian women's motocross, Kevin Wyndham. Well done, sir.
He's a fan of the sport.
I am a fan of the sport.
Well, that is pretty awesome. Awesome to hear that K-Dub's keeping up with the women over there. Like we were saying earlier, we have a lot of our women from America racing all over the world, and then ladies from all over the world coming here to race in the WMX series. That is the fun thing about in each country having a slightly shorter series than the men's series is you're seeing women all over the place.
Yeah, racing all over the world. So Mela Herrick, watch out for her at Unadilla, but the order of business right now is going to be winning here at Loretta. She's got a big lead on the number 23. Good to see support from the SLR Honda team. They were willing to wait. They knew she wasn't going to race the first 2 rounds of the Pro Series, but they gave her help anyway.
Yeah, they're helping her out with getting a bike to the races and helping her under the tent. She was telling me that she has a mechanic lined up for the next couple of rounds, which she thinks is great, and that takes a load off of her dad. And then, as well as that, she's able to work with Michaela Nielsen. And she said she learns a lot from being around a more experienced rider like
Oh, no! She is down again.
That is Herrick.
Oh, no.
You saw it, K-Dub, and is she even going to be able to get back up? She had that big lead, about 20 seconds. Last lap.
Where's Jarvis?
Unbelievable. This is what you see at Loretta's, man. No leader cannot take anything for granted. There is Jarvis.
Just going into the 10 Commandments here.
They're about 8 or 9 commandments separate. Man, after that last segment, they were 21 seconds apart, and now it's down to just a few.
Can Jarvis put it together? Does she see her? And you got to figure Herrick is at least shaken up, if not wounded, not tripling. And Jarvis is tripling, closing the gap. This is a battle for the lead.
She's not in race trim right now, as Jarvis is right on her heels.
Can Jarvis make it happen here in the final lap? Herrick's got to dig so deep. That was a tough crash in the 10 Commandments. There she is on the Honda, the leader, getting blocked by some lappers. And Jarvis definitely knows she's there now.
She certainly does, and these leaders could, or these lappers could help or hurt Mela Herrick. Same thing with Jarvis.
Whoa.
Whoa, Jarvis almost went for a ride there.
You call that? It almost got Jarvis. Look at this. We are side by side.
Last lap battle for the lead. You're looking at the 23 in red and the 30 in blue. Herrick a crash. I don't think she's 100%. Jarvis has got 2 turns to try to make the pass for the win.
And lappers.
And lappers. We can't forget about those. We have the sand corner and the Bermuda Triangle. This could go anywhere from here.
How about Herrick digging deep, not wanting to give in? 1 turn away. Jarvis on the outside's got to grease this corner.
Square her up.
She did square her up. Side by side to the finish. Wow. Herrick holds on by
1.1.
Yeah, 0.155 seconds. Unreal battle.
Very close. That
what
was
an exciting finish. Unfortunately, it came at the dismay to Herrick, where she's fell twice. So, you know, a young rider who has showed so much promise and so much speed, but now like kind of 3 crashes
that we've seen
in her last 2 events. You know, obviously one in the first turn, you don't know what goes on with that, but to take 2 spills in that first moto is going to be tough and going to make a really difficult week for us. Get a top 10 rundown.
Got Jarvis in second, as you mentioned, by 1/10 of a second. Hodges for third on the Triumph. Bell fourth. Zoe Moore fifth. Kaylee Sutton, Kelsley Harris, Nanami Honda eighth. Lillian Pettis is ninth, and Shelby Rowland rounds out the top 10. Well, that was a more exciting one than they thought we were going to see going into the last lap.
That was much more exciting. Unfortunately for Herrick, she made it exciting, and she did look hurt the way she was riding. Now, K-Dub made a comment about her crashing a lot more recently, and I'm curious, just real quick, K-Dub, if you notice a difference in riders as they're increasing in speed, do you notice that they make more mistakes kind of while they're maturing?
Yeah, well, as I think we'll have a replay here in just a sec, you know, as you find new levels of speed, things come at you so much quicker. As we watch the Women Moto recap presented by Amsoil, the rapid replay, they're through the first turn.
It was Callie Sutton that got the whole shot on the 52. She'd go on to finish 6th in this moto. Watch Hannah Hodges, 17 on the outside, making quick work of the leader.
And this is Piper Bell that Hannah Hodges is trying to get around right here. Now we see Mela Herrick, who managed to work her way up into the lead.
And then she goes down while leading, pulls it back out. And you're thinking on the last lap, she's got it until this. Out.
That was a slam.
Yeah. And we didn't know she'd even get up. She does. And side by side over the finish line, you see dejected Jarvis had a shot at the moto win. She'll finish second. It'll be interesting to hear, though, if Herrick's okay. Adrenaline can sometimes get you to the finish. But you hope that it's not any more serious than that. And Hodges finishing up in third.
Yeah, so Sophia, like I was saying, it's just sometimes, you know, as you find a new level of speed, it's the ability of the eyes to interpret the information, because things are just coming at you so much faster. And speed is certainly not the issue for Mela Herrick, for sure. So I think she's in a comfortable place there, but it's almost like, let's grow into those new shoes, that new size, that new everything that's coming at her. Probably time to settle, like not try to grow her pace, but just grow into that pace a little bit. And I think she'll be right on the mark.
I think that makes a lot of sense, and I'm curious as far as that second crash goes, if that was at all caused by maybe the first crash and being a little bit.
Well, we'll get to hear if she's all right as we send it down to Jackie Legs on the podium with our winner.
Check, check, check. All right, guys, we are ready to roll with Mayla Herrick, our first Moto gold medalist here in the women's division. Mayla, that was quite the moto here for you in this first moto. Take us through it from your point of view.
I mean, it started off terrible. I was next to somebody on the start, and we came together, so I had a terrible start. And then, I mean, I passed my way up, hit the quad, was just flowing, and then got a little too comfortable and crashed twice, pretty gnarly. But I finished it off with a broken lever and just came home for the win.
Way to fight for it all the way down to the checkered flag. Mayla, like you said, 2 crashes in that one. Are you going to be healthy going into moto number 2?
Yeah, we're good.
We're good. All right. Well, I know it takes a ton to get up here and win one of these motos. Who would you like to thank for helping you out this week?
I'd like to thank my trainer, Robbie Raynard, Raynard Training Complex, Ashley and the boys. Just, they're like a family to me. Fox, the gear this week is so sick. I can't thank Alex and Connor enough for all they do. Monster, Mike and Nick coming out here. Oakley, Aaron Kane, Dunlop, hooking up great out there. Rob Fox, Sun Enterprises, Mark from over there, Honda, Jeff, TCD, all the boys over there. They got my stuff dialed. Renthal, Paul from Renthal, Gut Seats, DBK, AP Designs, EVS keeping me protected, Slade Racing, Malin, Dar for getting my pictures out there, MX Filter Service, Rob Amandi helping me with a little inside stuff, FCP Racing, Tamer Holshot getting me good starts, Specialized, Example Moto, Carson, and just Carson's helping me great. Keeping me motivated, Mother F keeping me, I guess, giving me some nutrients, and everyone else, thank you so much.
Let's hear it for your first moto winner, Mayla Herrick. All right, now we are going to get our silver medalist up to the podium. Jordan Jarvis, come on up. And here she is, everybody, your silver medalist, Jordan Jarvis. All right, Jordan, take us through your moto.
Yeah, it wasn't a great moto, to be honest with you. I got off to an okay start and almost ended up in the dirt over there. And the bike stalled, and unfortunately it took forever to start. So worked my way up from the very back, and it was tough trying to get around everyone, and the lappers got really challenging that last couple laps. So honestly, not thrilled with the second, but not a bad way to start the week.
Second place finish for you. Who would you like to thank?
I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, Yamaha, Dusty Rocks, Gizmo Mods, 6T, FXR, everybody. This has been such a crazy year with me going up to Canada and Australia, Christina Denny for all the WMX races, and Jerry, and honestly everybody. There's so many people that helped me out. Couldn't do this without them.
Let's hear it for your silver medalist here in moto number 1, Jordan Jarvis. And now we're going to get our bronze medalist up to the podium. Miss Hannah Hodges, go ahead and take a step forward out here for me, Hannah. Third place here in moto number 1. Take us through it. How was it out there?
Oh, it was okay. I got 39th gate pick, so that wasn't ideal, but I actually came out with a really good start and just tried to get some good laps out front, and just need to make a couple changes with me and the bike, and then, I mean, big picture, we're still in there for the title fight. That's all that counts.
39th gate pick up here to a 3rd place finish. Who would you like to thank?
Lord Jesus Christ keeps me safe, my mom and dad, my husband Jake, Triumph, Troy Lee Designs, Scott, Dunlop, Maxima, HP Solutions, Guts, and anyone else I forgot, thank you.
One final question. Who do we have here with you?
This is my little guy, Eli.
There it is. Hey, Eli. That'll do it for us. Our 3rd place, everybody, Hannah Hodges. That is your women's class top 3. Back up to you guys at the tower.
All right, thank you, Jackson Burrell, and that's really cool.